Hello everyone, and thank you for being here today. So my kids every so often like to get up here into the makeup room, and down on the floor, kind of on the other side of my L-shaped desk, I have my empties bin. And when they were taking so much stuff out and like playing with it, and I'm like, no, get out of there, stop messing with the stuff. And then I'm like, maybe that's a sign that I need to go ahead and empty the empties bin and discuss what's in there and clear it out. So I've got quite a few products that I've gone through, things that I've repurchased, things I'm about to go through again. So I thought I would discuss that in this video because those are just really, informative takes on products. When people have committed to using something until it's totally gone, you usually have something to say about it at the end. So first off, just what's on my face today. I'm again wearing my Kosas foundation, which I'm really enjoying. On the eyes, I'm wearing my Clinique Best of Black Honey palette. Looks like this, really pretty, kind of cool plumminess. This is my Glowish blush from Huda Beauty in Caring Coral. And on my lips, it's mostly my Fireberry lipstick from Believe Beauty, that really deep brick color, topped off with a little bit of Major Volume Plumping Gloss from Patrick Ta in the shade 2cc's. So that's my look today. Oh, I have a little bit of the highlighter from the Balm, the Let's Bolt highlighter is what I have on there too. But yeah, let's jump into the stuff. First off, my IT Cosmetics Miracle Water. I think I talked about this pretty recently in my morning skincare video because this is what I use first thing getting into the makeup room every morning. And since that empty, this one's about empty, and I've already repurchased this one. And I mean, if we're looking at the total life of me using this stuff, I'm pretty sure I've emptied one or two others as well. So yeah, a definite repurchase. I just feel like my skin's been in good shape lately, and I can definitely get away with not fully washing it at the sink, but just using some of this with a cotton pad very first thing before I put anything on my skin. And my skin has reacted really well to that. Before that stuff, I used to use the Garnier micellar water until I feel like I did start to run into a bit of an issue with that. But this has been just completely solid for me. It says 3-in-1 Glow Tonic, Skin Brightening Radiance Booster, Anti-Aging Treatment Essence, and Skin Softening Micellar Cleanser. So love that stuff. Oh, another thing I wanted to note real quick, a near empty for me is another one of these Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Bases. We're at the scraping the sides point right now, and I went ahead and repurchased that, and I decided to go for their largest size. So yeah, that's a definite repurchase. That's my morning cream that I use. And look how big, look how big this new one is. Like, wow. And this jar is actually glass. I'll be pretty excited once I bust into that, but I got a little ways to go yet. But to me, that's just the most hydrating, plumping, good feeling thing to get your skin prepped before your makeup. Speaking of morning skincare, I went through all three of my Glossier serums. So you could buy these individually and use just one or two of them, but they also sell them as a pack, and they say it's beneficial to layer them. So I have the Super Pure with the niacinamide and zinc. I went through the Super Bounce with hyaluronic acid and B5, and the Super Glow with vitamin C and magnesium. Repurchased all of those. So my morning skincare looks like the micellar cleanser from IT Cosmetics, the 3 serums, and then the Bobbi Brown. Now I've gone through a sunscreen here. This is the Glossier Invisible Shield, so that's the next step after the Bobbi Brown. And this is an SPF 35, just like gel sunscreen. Once it blends into the skin, like, it feels really weightless, and you obviously don't see it. I like this stuff. I really had no issues with it. I'm not really jumping on a repurchase right now because I have a couple of other ones from Supergoop that have plenty in them. I have the sheer screen and the glow screen, so I don't think I'm going to be repurchasing this. It was good, but I'm not like absolutely needing it. I went through an entire jar of the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. For a period of time, I was using this kind of alternating with my Bobbi Brown, and this one I don't like as well, but I did end up having kind of an unintentional repurchase because I wanted to try the night version of this. And to try it, there was like a little trio of things, and it did come with another regular magic cream, a serum, and then the night cream. Well, after trying the night cream, I realized, I mean, it kind of felt like straight Vaseline. The texture is just like really intense and it kind of broke me out. But overall, on its own, I wouldn't have sought this out for a repurchase. It's a nice cream, but I just prefer the Bobbi Brown. I like its texture a little bit more, and I just feel like it provides even more moisture to the skin. However, this is a really pretty jar, and I should probably just clean that out and find a way to reuse it. Do you guys remember me raving on this scent from Sol de Janeiro? It's the Balm Dia Bright Mist. It says Brazilian Crush Cheirosa 40 on the bottle, and this is just the 3 fluid ounce size, and I love this scent. My girls love this scent. They like a mist of this before they go to school in the morning. It is so good. Kind of tropical, but also in a more yummy sense. Let me see if I can get anything. Little mist sprayed out. There is a little bit of floral in it, I feel. They say black amber, plum, and vanilla woods. It is so good. And I repurchased, I was able to find a larger size. They sell a bigger size of this on Sephora. That's what we're currently using. This has like hardly anything. It has a drop left in it. I've gone through some of my favorite false lashes and have repurchased both of these. The Kiss My Lash But Better in So Real is probably my favorite like dramatic lash style. Like for a real special occasion, this is what I'd want to wear. I love how they're really thick at the base. They have nice length. They kind of fan out. And don't get me wrong, they look dramatic. Do they look so real? Not for me, no. They look nothing like my real lashes, but they're beautiful. They wear well. I can't tell you how many times I've reworn one pair of those, but I definitely did repurchase. And then I went through every lash in the Kiss So Wispy Curated collection. So here you're getting, gosh, 5 different pairs of different wispy lashes. By wispy, we're talking absolutely no blunt cut to the lashes. They kind of fan out. You'll note a lot of different lengths of individual lashes on the strip, and it makes it kind of look more natural. But some of these were more flared at the end, some were longer, some were thicker, some were more natural. The styles were Ritzy, Pompadour, 11, 9, and 1, and I definitely repurchased that. I love this set. It's fun to have some variety at times, and all of these were really lightweight. The bands were flexible, easy to work with. Many of these I did trim off a little extra length just to fit my eye left to right, but I love that set, and I love these too. And those are again both from Kiss. Speaking of lashes, I've gone through one of these Esqido companion eyelash glues, and then I've gone through another, and I mean, this one's just about, I'm scraping it, you know, and I want more of this glue so bad, but it's not in stock on Amazon anymore. So I would like to ask you all, like, what's the closest thing to this? This was said to be a really good one for sensitive skin and like free of harsh ingredients, and I feel like I got along really well with this stuff, and it also just lasted so well and bonded the lashes on so well. Is there something out there that's like the closest thing to this that you guys would recommend? A couple of face things that I went through. I feel like I've mentioned this before, but I've emptied out my Age Rewind Brightener, and I did repurchase that. I think that's an awesome product to have on hand. It's this really light pinky kind of brightening shade, and the texture of this stuff is such that it can easily be layered with other things and not feel too heavy. So if you want that little added brightener to mix with another concealer that you're going to put all down in here or something, the brightener really has an impact. It really has a pretty effect without adding a lot of weight, or it's beautiful just on its own too. Sometimes you've seen me use this and then layer on the fair shade, the more skin tone shade of this same product. I think it's great, so I didn't waste any time repurchasing that one. I finished out my Nudestix tinted cover. I'm really proud of this, by the way, because I've got a lot of different like coverage foundation-y products, but I did finish this in the shade Nude 3.5, and I loved this stuff. I feel like it gave me that look after putting it on, that kind of glowy skin look that I sort of talked about with the Kosas stuff. You know, like you put it on and you really notice, like, not necessarily that your skin has been completely covered with 100% coverage, but that it just looks healthier and vibrant and more glowing. And this had that kind of like lavender scent. It has a little pump here. I did not repurchase it just for the sheer fact that I have so many products of this kind that I'm trying to use, so I didn't feel like I needed to get this same one again. However, it is one that I really, really like, and I felt like it was definitely like underrated. I never heard anybody raving on it, but it's really good. And in the coverage department, we're talking like a light light medium coverage, but definitely a glowy finish. But I like the staying power a lot too. I remember that as well. Mascaras that I've gone through, definitely went through my Lash Princess Sculpted volume. So this is the one that I've always thought was really comparable to It Cosmetics Superhero. And then also I used up my Curl and Volume, which is more of a like a little bit fluffier brush, that kind of hourglass shape, but not quite as bulbous and big as some of the other hourglass shaped brushes. Let me show you the Sculpted Volume brush. Look at that. That one tapers down even more and has just a gentle curve. And I like both of these mascaras a lot. I have not repurchased either of them yet. I'm just looking down in my mascara drawer. I've got quite a few in the rotation at this time, but I see myself especially returning to this one probably before long. As I go through some things, if I'm looking to get back to something really good that I can count on, I did love this stuff and I thought it built quickly on the lashes. That's kind of a hallmark of It Cosmetics Superhero, and built thickness and length. So I like that. I like this one too, but this one's probably my top pick, and while I haven't grabbed it yet, I probably will at some point. The Wet n Wild Big Papa mascara, I did go through this and I did repurchase. I think the reason why I did was because I was doing a Wet n Wild video and I wanted to have a Wet n Wild mascara. It wasn't out of sheer like, I need a mascara, what will I ever do? I don't have any. But I like the brush on this. It's kind of like hourglass, but they really made a point to taper the tip of it, and it builds quickly as well. It gives nice thickness, not always the bestest on separation. I think that was what I was noticing as the mascara got a little older, but I definitely like it. It's one of the better ones from the drugstore in my opinion. And my Alma Brow Styler. Talk about a product that lasted me forever. I feel like there was so much product in here and so little would come out. I think it's because the brush grabs so little. I mean, that brush, y'all are probably thinking, did the brush just come off? Is there a brush there? If you look at the end, you can see that we do have a very tiny brush. And what I loved about this is kind of the original tinted thing from the drugstore that I felt like gave incredible hold to the brows, and at the same time you could pinpointedly kind of get in there and fill in. So I really like it. But then Brow Fast Sculpt from Maybelline came in and kind of stole my heart, right? That one has that genius brush with the short side and then a lengthened outside. So you could very easily fluff the brows, or you could fill the brows with the very same brush, and the formula held just incredibly well, better than anything. So that's the one that when I run out of Brow Fast Sculpt, I'll be repurchasing that. I did not go ahead and repurchase this, even though this was a loved product for quite some time. So guys, that's my trash. Allow me to just put this back in my Target bag. You really do feel a sense of accomplishment when you use up certain products. And I just think it's interesting to hear from people like, did you go ahead and buy it again, you know, or what's the reason why you didn't? Or is there another product that swooped in, like with, for example, that Alma Brow Styler? Another favorite sort of came in and took its place, so I didn't really need to buy that one again. But thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you enjoy this kind of video every so often. I'll try to do them more. Like I said, some of these empties were sitting in my bin for so long, and it's like once they become sort of a toy for your kids, it's like maybe there's your sign you should go ahead and talk about them and let them go and get a fresh empty spin. So thank you again, my friends, and I will talk to you again very soon. I love you. Bye.